Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la.
Shabbat Shalom. My name is Linda Freed, and I'm your prayer leader this evening. Nice to have you all here in spite of the possibility of freezing rain. I'm going to start off by lighting the candles. And we are still using a candle for the hostages and for the IDF, so just so you know what we're doing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Oh, hear my prayer, I sing to you. Be gracious to the ones I love, and bless them with goodness and mercy and peace. Oh, hear my prayer to you. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen. Oh, hear my prayer, I sing to you. Be gracious to the ones I love, and bless them with goodness and mercy and peace. Oh, hear my prayer to you. Oh, hear my prayer to you.
Thank you, Janet. And of course, I should have introduced Janet Pelletier-Getz, who is bringing us the music this evening. Where has this week vanished? Is it lost forever? Will I ever recover anything from it? The joy of life, the unexpected victory, the realized hope, the task accomplished. Will I ever be able to banish the memory of pain, the sting of defeat, the heaviness of boredom? On this day, let me keep for a while what must drift away. On this day, let me be free of the burdens that must return. On this day, Shabbat, abide. Help me to withdraw for a while from the flight of time, contain the retreat of the hours and days from the grasp of frantic life. Let me learn to pause, if only for this day. Let me find peace on this day. Let me enter into a quiet world this day. On this day, Shabbat, abide. And now we will do Hine Matov.
Please join me. Actually, there we go. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. 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 How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Shevet achim gam yachad.
Oh, that was peppy. I liked that. Next, we'll sing Lecha Dodi, verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. When we come to the last verse, please rise to face the sanctuary door and bow to greet the Shabbat Queen.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Ishmi'anu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shem u'tiferet v'litehila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, Ki kor habracha, Ve'rosh mikedem nesucha, Sof ma'aseh b'machashava tehila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, ki va'orech kumi ori. Uri, shir daperi, ki vod Adonai alayich nikla. Please rise. Boi v'shalom ateret ba'ala, Gam b'simcha uv'tzola, Toch emunei am segula. Boi chala, Lecha Dodi שבת נקבלה, אחד דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
It is good to praise Adonai, to sing hymns to your name, O Most High, to proclaim your steadfast love at daybreak, your faithfulness each night, with a 10-stringed harp, with voice and lyre together. You have gladdened me by your deeds, Adonai. I shout for joy at your handiwork. How great are your works, Adonai, how very subtle your designs. A brute cannot know, a fool cannot understand this. Now, please join me. The righteous bloom like a date palm. They thrive like a cedar in Lebanon. Planted in the house of Adonai, they flourish in the courts of our God. In old age, they still produce fruit. They are full of sap and freshness, attesting that Adonai is upright, my rock, in whom there is no wrong. Next, we're going to do Shalom Aleichem. This song always brings me a feeling of comfort and peace as I imagine the angels bringing each of us home in the evening after Shabbat.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech malchei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Borchem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech malchei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu ni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech malchei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Zetchem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech malchei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
The word Kaddish is marked by long strings of synonyms of praise. The rhythmic repetition of these words is meant to aid one in achieving a higher meditational state. Please stand if it is your custom. We're going to do Chatzi Kaddish.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה,
Amen.
בעלמא דברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון, ובחיינו כל בית ישראל, בעגלה בעגלה, ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך, לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה יתברך. יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקדשם בריחו. לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמה, ויאמרו אמן.
The Baruch Hu, the prayer leader at the word Baruch Hu, the call to worship, bends at the knees and bows from the waist, and at Adonai stands straight. Baruch Adonai is the communal response, whereupon the community repeats the choreography of the first line. And when we're done, you can sit, of course.
Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la.
This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai ha'ma'ariv ha'arabim. Ahavat olam.
אהבת עולם, בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, עמך אהבת. תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ויורך ימינו, ובהם נגי יומם ולילה, נגי יומם ולילה. ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. אוהב עמו ישראל.
Please stand for the Shema.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם מזוזות אבזיה ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיהם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Amen. And could we read together, in a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace. Give us the courage to say, Adonai, there was one God in heaven and earth. From bondage in Egypt, we were delivered. At Sinai, we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Then shall we rejoice, as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. And next, Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu, L'Shalom, V'hamidenu Shomrenu L'chaim. U'shmor tzetzenu vo'enu L'chaim u'shalom ve'ata ve'ad olam. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Grant us peace as we rest. Grant us life, heaven blessed. Be our shelter and shield. By your mercy and grace we are healed. Guide us and defend us. Protect us, keep us safe from all harm. Shelter us in loving arms. Help us find the courage to face all of our fears. Baruch atah Adonai, blessed are you, guardian of Israel, who shelter of peace, Haborei Sukat Shalom, Aleinu ve'al kol, ve'al kol amo Yisrael. You shelter us in peace, ve'al Yerushalayim.
We are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. What happened once upon a time happens all the time. And I like this comment at the bottom of this page. More than the Jewish people has kept Shabbat, Shabbat has kept the Jewish people. Yismachu.
Yismachu. בשביל רצית בו וקידשתו שבת, חמדש ימים, אותו קראת שבת, ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת, וקוראי עונג שבת, ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת, וקוראי עונג שבת. זכר למעשה בראשית שבת, זכר למעשה בראשית שבת, ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת, וקוראי עונג שבת, ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת, וקוראי עונג שבת.
Before we stand for tefillah, I just had a recollection of when I first started coming to Temple Shalom. Ruth Livingston invited me to come, and that was 25 years ago, Ruth. And I was, sort of relearning Hebrew and struggling along with the book, and I had no idea of all these songs, and I couldn't figure out how people knew all this stuff that we sing at the beginning and the end and in the middle and over, and it's really fun to know that, it's part of our culture, and we all learn these beautiful melodies that so many people have written over the centuries, and it was a fond memory here for me just now. So please rise for tefillah.
Adonai, sifata tiftach, ufi ki tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah. Ha'el hagadol, hagibor ve'hanora, El Elyon, gomer chasadim tovim, ve'konei hakol, ve'zocher hasdei avot ve'imaot, ומביא גאולה לבני בניכם למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מחכה לחיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה. ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, ודורשים בכל יום להללו הסלע. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
The meaning of Shabbat is to celebrate time rather than space. 6 days a week, we live under the tyranny of things in space. On Shabbat, we try to become attuned to the holiness of time. It is a day on which we are called upon to share in what is eternal in time, to turn from the results of creation to the mystery of creation, from the world of creation to the creation of the world. Abraham Joshua Heschel. Ritze.
Ritze Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Eloheinu, Be'amcha Yisrael. Ritze Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Eloheinu, Be'amcha Yisrael. Pour out your spirit upon us. We need only call, you are near. Your presence builds courage within us. Your still clear voice calming our fears. Ritze Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Eloheinu, Be'amcha Yisrael. Ritze Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Eloheinu, Be'amcha Yisrael. El Karov Lechol Korav, Panei Elovadecha v'choneinu, Shafar Ruchacha Aleinu, Shafar Ruchacha Aleinu. Wherever we live, wherever we seek you, in this land, in Zion restored, you are our God, and we are your people. We long to behold you in Zion restored. Baruch atah Adonai, hamachazir shechinato
God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth, which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha u'lecha na'eh lehodot. And now, Shalom Rav. And after Shalom Rav, we'll have a few moments of silent meditation.
Shalom Rav al Israel amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Israel amcha tasim leolam. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Israel Shalom Rav al Israel Amcha Tasim Leolam V'tov B'necha Levarech Et Amcha Israel B'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך Shalom Rav al Israel Amcha Tasim Leolam Shalom Rav al Israel Amcha Tasim Leolam Tasim Leolam Tasim Leolam Adonai Turi v'goali Adonai Turi Adonai Turi v'goali Go inside your heart, just be. Go inside your heart and see what it wants, what it needs, what it yearns when you breathe. Go inside your heart and see. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be kind, be true. May they be acceptable to you. Oh, my rock and my redeemer.
beautiful. Thank you. Well, our parsha this week is Vayetzi. And he left, and Jacob left. Jacob dreams of angels going up and down a ladder. In his dream, God blesses him, repeating the promise he had made to his ancestors. Your descendants shall be as the dust of the earth, and you shall spread out to the west and to the east, to the north and to the south. All the families of the earth shall bless themselves by you and your descendants. Jacob names the place Bethel. He worked 7 years in order to marry Rachel, but her father, Laban, tricks Jacob into marrying Leah, Rachel's older sister. Eventually, Jacob marries Rachel, but only after having to commit himself to 7 more years working for Laban. Leah, Rachel, and their maidservants, Bilhah and Zilpah, give birth to 11 sons and 1 daughter. You know, and in case you're wondering, they all had one father. Jacob and his family leave Laban's household with great wealth. So I'm going to read a dvar by Ellen Umansky, who is a doctor, just a minute, Carl and Dorothy Bennett Professor of Judaic Studies at Fairfield University, Connecticut. Parsha, I had a hard time reading Rebecca and all the struggles and trouble they all went through, so I really had to find something I could get with here. Parshat Vayetzi opens with Jacob journeying from Beersheba to Haran. As the sun sets, he decides to spend the night outside in the place, Hamakom, where he happens to be, resting his head on one of the stones he has found there. Jacob wakes up the next morning from a dream in which he encounters God and comes to the life-changing realization that the eternal is present in this place. God is here, although I didn't know it initially, Jacob thinks to himself. Indeed, this awe-inspiring place is none other than the house of God. In his dream, Jacob sees messengers of God climbing up to heaven and back down to earth, leading one to ponder why angelic messengers who presumably live in heaven aren't first coming down the ladder instead of going up. As Rabbi Lawrence Kushner observed in God Was in This Place and I Did Not Know, one interpretation is that the angels don't reside in heaven, but are ordinary human beings who live on earth, shuttling back and forth between earth and heaven. Addressing the reader, Kushner maintains that the trick is to remember, after you descend, what you understood when you were high on the ladder. In other words, all of us can figuratively ascend to heaven and gain spiritual awareness. In order to become messengers of God, we need to remember and share our spiritual insights with others. Kushner's words deeply resonated with me. I realized that there had been unexpected moments when I had felt God's presence and gained some sort of insight into the nature of the divine, even though I might only have acknowledged this later. As Kushner writes, there is another world right here within this one, whenever we pay attention. As a result of his dream, Jacob begins to view the events of his life differently. A dimension of the spiritual now lies open to him, and Jacob comes to recognize that if God is literally in this place, God most likely is in other places as well, including those where Jacob previously had been but hadn't noticed. Since reading Kushner's book, I actively try to look for signs of God's presence. But the places I most actively look at are those that I hadn't previously thought of as holy spaces. Greatly influenced by Martin Buber's I and Thou, and particularly its discussion of encountering God in nature, I have opened myself up in a new way to the beauty and uniqueness of particular trees, flowers, birds, lakes, and mushrooms, to give a few examples. Whereas before I would simply have walked by, barely noticing them, I now find myself, in Buber's words, sometimes drawn into relation with one of them. Yet it remains surprising to me, although it wasn't to Buber, how difficult it is for many of us to encounter God in synagogue. the place that as a child I most actively, yet unsuccessfully, sought the divine presence. During worship services, no matter how beautiful, I sometimes find myself distracted. While I feel a sense of community, I often don't feel the presence of God. Yet if God is in this place, I need to pay closer attention. I need to focus more completely on the words of prayer and take in more fully the beauty of the sanctuary, the music, and the congregational chanting. Wrapping myself in a talit on Shabbat mornings helps me to do so, as does hearing the Torah chanted or read. As Elliot Dorff has written, the purpose of the communal reading of the Torah isn't simply to convey its contents, but to reenact that moment at Sinai when our ancestors came together to hear the words of God. Like Dorff, Abraham Joshua Heschel, and many others, I don't know what exactly happened at Mount Sinai. For theological, historical, and literary reasons, I doubt whether the words of the Torah are literally God's words. Yet, in listening communally to the Torah being read, there have been revelatory moments in which I have found myself in contact not only with God's will, but with God. Isn't that nice? Always looking for something a little bit cheering. Now we'll do Misha Berach, and I'd like to start by mentioning Jay Torchinsky and Elaine Hudson, and could you say any names of others you wish to recognize?
May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishe berach imotenu mikor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
And now we will rise for Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabech l'adon hakol, לתת גאולת נוקטי בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הרצון, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ועושה את הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום ידעת היום להשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים, השמיים ממעל ועל הארץ מתחת עינות, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light. Oh, thank you, Janet. Long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. Sorry, just a minute. Tonight in our congregation, we are remembering Paul Warren, son of Leonora Warren, Jaime Kogan, father of Eugene Kogan, Rebecca Bertulli, aunt of Sharon Janowski, Anne Steingarten, mother of Leonard Steingarten, Elaine Wolfson, sister of Rick Wolfson and Merrill McKay, Abraham Fuchs, child Shoah victim, Marjorie Graham, mother of Ruth Graham, Maurice Lipson, father of Phyllis Dana, Joanna Bachenheimer Altner, mother of Sandra Altner, Gerald Chernick, brother of Rosalind Nairn, Samuel Feinblatt, father of Alan Feinblatt, Anna Sector, grandmother of Maureen Weinstein. And if there are any other names you wish to remember tonight, please say them as I. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. Please rise. Yitkadal Yitkadash Shmei Rabbah, V'alma Divra Hirute V'amlich Malchute, V'chayechon V'yomichon V'chaye Dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala V'zman Kariv V'imru, Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Leolam L'amei Almaya. Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar V'yitalel V'yitalel Shmei D'Kudusha B'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran v'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shamaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. And you may be seated. We have a few announcements. Sunday, December 8th from 10 a.m. to noon. Another opportunity for you if you're in your 20s, 30s, or 40s to get together informally over a pre-Hanukkah Middle Eastern style brunch. Children welcome. Feel free to stay a while afterward to participate in Tikkun Olam by helping to pack lunches for Main Street Project, because it's our regular day for doing that. We do it the first Sunday of every month, roughly. Oh, yeah, Sunday prior to the second Monday. Friday, December 13th at 6 p.m., Kabbalat Shabbat, led by Muriel Gabor and Janet Peltier-Getz. Then Temple Shalom Mitzvah Day, Sunday, December 15th from 1 to 3 p.m. We'll be led by Ruth Livingston in making Hanukkah cards for the residents of Simkin Center. Families welcome. And there's a special opportunity to participate in Tikkun Olam this holiday season. We'll be collecting warm socks, mitts, scarves, and hats, and packing holiday lunches for streetlinks to distribute on Christmas Day. Clothing can be dropped off at the temple during regular hours, or of course when you come on Friday nights. And then December 22nd at noon, lunch packing for streetlinks will take place at the temple. And lastly, just to get the latkes idea going, Friday, December 27th at 6, special Hanukkah Kabbalat Shabbat service led by Miriam Zaitman and Janet, followed by our famous latke potluck. Bring your Hanukkah, your appetite, and your kids, plus a dish that would be enough for your family. And now, closing song. No,
I have to say,
Kiddush.
I have to say it's like, I have to quote
Okay.
Len Udo and say it's our annual oil change.
That's right. And just so people know, I could pass on the good news that Len is doing really well. And, you know, he's holding his own. He's not going out in public. He rarely does that, but he's feeling okay. And it's a secret, but he's working on the album that he started a year and a half ago with Janet's help. Okay, Janet.
And David.
And David. Oh, God. But especially Janet. I'm sorry.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei b'ri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho b'ahavat u'v'ratzon hinichilanu. זיכרונו למעשה בראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים, כי באנו ובחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל ושבת קודשך באהבת וברצון חינכתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נקדש השבת. Amen. All that for a sip of wine.
Yummy.
Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices join in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
I hope you'll join us downstairs for Onik. I'll just do the symbolic crumb. And we're all thinking of Israel, the soldiers, the hostages, and all the people who live in Israel, not just the Israelis, all of them. So let's stand for Hatikvah.
Kol od balev avnima, nefesh Yehudi homia, ulfa
thank you to Janet, Erwin, Judith, Evan, and Steve, and Cynthia, and Bernie,
And
and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.